Hello everyone, welcome aboard Ocean Joy. Ocean 71 from 1972. So these are detailed videos of Ocean Joy, and we are going to bring you 5 chapters, and this is the first, which is the on deck chapter. So she's ketch, split rig, so very easy to manage. Twin cockpit. Everything is controlled in terms of sailing from the centre cockpit. This aft cockpit is for the owners. We'll have a look at that in a bit more detail in the last chapter. Nautique decks, as you will see. She had new all grip 2016, big refit in 2012 and 16. Rigs are by John Powell, fully battened with Fredrickson cars and lazy jacks. New standing rigging 2016, new running rigging as and when needed. Very secure cockpit with nice teak trim, high gloss coamings and also tow rail as well. Stainless steel is all beautiful, and she has lovely wide side decks which are easy to work. She's got hydraulic furling on the front by Reckman and also a Reckman boom vang. Lots of sails. She's got main and mizzen by Banks from 1998. She's got high-cut headsail by Banks for the Reckman furler. The staysail again by Banks is 1998. She's got 2004 storm jib, trysail and staysail, all by Sanders Sails. And she's also got an asymmetric spinnaker, the same age as the other Banks sails from 1998. You see that she's got steps so that you can easily get onto the rig to deal with the head of the main. The winches are plentiful. 3 electric winches, including this one that you see here. 2 68s in the cockpit, and this is an Anderson. Winches are all self-tailing, so easy to cope with. Just love the simplicity of this yacht. And then 2 spinnaker poles, same age as the rigs. Hatches for the guest accommodation forward. Anchor windlass. The motor is easily accessible below deck, and she's got a spade anchor which is very easy to deploy. Anchor locker forward, as you can see. There's a lovely view of the harbour at Portimao. This Reckman just makes handling the front sail just very easy, particularly for short-handed, and this owner has done a lot of sailing without so many people on board. He expects Ocean Joy to manage 200-mile days without effort, and she's managed up to 240-mile days with him on board. In his ownership, she's crossed the Atlantic around 12 times. She's cruised extensively in the Caribbean, east coast of the States and so on. She's never ever caused him any worries at all. She's fast, easily driven hull. You can see the running rigging's in good shape. And then we're going to walk back to the centre cockpit, the sailing cockpit. You can see there are spray hoods for the hatches for both the main saloon and owner's cabin. The main sheet is very easily handled. See those portholes which can be seen in the owner's cabin in a later chapter. Good access down into the main saloon. She's got twin autopilots for built-in redundancy. She's running on Ray Marine. She's replaced 2016 when she was back in the UK for refit. She's got a plotter in under the spray hood. Ocean Joy has good deck storage, which we'll have a look at in the last chapter. Okay, so chapter 2, main saloon, very striking interior with blue leather, very comfortable seating, port and starboard. Eating area here. This was designed by the owner. She's got lovely teak high gloss floors with ebony inset in them. All in perfect, really good condition. And the bulkheads are teak white painted. Easy access onto the deck. Chart table here. She's got SSB, SATCOM. Forward-looking echo sounder. She had a rewire in 2016. And of course the new electronics. And then we're going to start forward. And we'll start off by having a look in the galley. As you can see, you can pass food through that hatch. So this is a really fantastic cook's galley. Force 10 cooker, 4 burners, oven, grill, twin sinks, stainless steel surfaces, lots of preparation area, really easy to keep clean. Isotherm keel-cooled refrigeration, freezer and 2 fridges. And then opposite in the corridor is a single berth guest cabin with a little desk, lots of storage. Lovely white, light and bright. The yacht's got Condaria reverse cycle air conditioning and also forced air ventilation, so she's very well ventilated all of the time, no nasty smells or anything. This is another guest cabin, upper and lower. Again, same drill with a little desk, lots of storage. All in nice shape. Nice overhead hatch as well for additional light. And then we'll have a look at the heads compartment that these 2 cabins share, with a separated shower, electric loo, lovely blue look to this. And then we walk forward into another cabin which has an upper and lower berth. To port, to starboard, there's a dinette which also serves as another single berth if you wish. This is either a big cabin for guests or crew accommodation with a crew mess. You can see the cockpit cushions just on top of the table. all in great condition. And forward of that is their heads compartment with a shower, electric head and basin. And forward of that is a really fantastic storage area for bluewater cruising. Good place to use as a workshop for storing items and so on and so on. You see that little bag, that's for the anchor windlass, so really good access there. It's not sitting in a locker getting damp and not being very wholesome. What I love is the way that you can look from this cabin right down to the main saloon. It does look amazing. The soles were refinished not that long ago. They really do make the boat look very, very smart. And then here we are, back into this light and bright main saloon. Nice deckhouse windows for lots of feeling of space and air. She's got Bose AV in here. This is the owner's stateroom with a pilot berth to starboard. And then to port, a double berth cabin. The compression for the mizzen has been fashioned to make a nice seat for the vanity unit. And then, of course, access onto deck for the owner's cockpit, which you've already seen in the first chapter. Light and bright again. Masses of storage. This is a place where you can spend months and months very happily and very comfortably. We're going to walk down the corridor and have our first look at the engine space. To starboard is a doorway, and that will go to the owner's heads compartment, which has a bath, electric loo, basin, and is a very nice area. So this has all been opened up to show you access into the engine room. Perkins main engine, generator next door to it, really good sound deadening. And great access if you want to be doing big works to the boat. She's got a 4-bladed max prop at the end of that drivetrain. Okay, for our next chapter we're going to be taking a look at Ocean Joy behind the scenes. So we'll have a look at the tanks and also how the bilges and how all the lockers look, which is absolutely amazing. She's got a lot of fuel and water capacity, 1900 litres of fuel in 2 polyethylene moulded tanks that are integral to the hull. Look at these immaculate bilges. On water, she's got 1700 litres in tech tanks, which are 8mm, installed in 2016. We've also got the opportunity to have a look at some of the lockers and see behind that everything is painted and absolutely immaculate and hoovered out. With older yachts, very often when you start to peel beneath the seams, it doesn't look quite as wholesome, but it's certainly not the case with this yacht. Look at that, another immaculate bilge. I'm guessing looking quite a lot better than it did when she was first built. You see the seacock fixings there. And again, all of the lips around are just perfect, beautifully painted. No scores or damage. No sign of leakage or weeping or problems. And just here we'll have another look at inside another locker, just as perfect as all the others. Even the bearers are just perfect, and there's no dust or anything where the boards have come up. Very unusual to see a boat in this sort of condition. Everything's properly clipped back. And then back into the main saloon. Okay, so in this chapter we're going to have a look at the access to the engine room. The main access is accomplished from the cockpit, which means that when you have engineers on board, they don't have to walk through the accommodation to get to what they need to get to. The Perkins main engine is a 6354, 115 horsepower, replaced 2016. It's got about 500 hours. And then here we're looking at the storage beneath the owner's cockpit. Isn't that fantastic? And there's more storage behind. Just want to mention she's got a Northern Lights generator, which has done about 3,000 hours. It's a good size, it's 12 kilowatt. And look at this aft lazarette. It looks like it's just out of the box. Absolutely immaculate. Great to have all this storage on deck. Ocean Joy. I hope you enjoyed these chapters.